Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of All the Mods 9. Today is episode 55, and we got a couple more, well, not really a couple more, three more seeds from Mystical Agriculture here. We've got Unobtainium, Allthemodium, and Vibranium. So here's Allthemodium, here is Vibranium, and here is the Unobtainium. These are all growing pretty fast. And then, of course, they are being sent up to the crafting stations to then make the necessary materials. Of course, with all the Modium and the Vibranium and Unobtainium, they actually do not get to be like ingots. You have to make them into nuggets first, and then, of course, from nuggets to ingots, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well, we're getting it. And of course, we spent 320 of each of these materials to get this. I went and hand mined all the unobtainium, of course, using the charm of unobtainium site. And then, of course, I talked about me doing that with vibranium. And then, of course, I did that with all the modium. So nothing too insane. Just kind of got, I think, about like 2,000 raw ore of the unobtainium, and then made it into blocks, and then proceeded to use it in this fashion here. So we're getting it. It's going to be a passive generation. It's not going to be the fastest passive generation, but it's still passive nevertheless. Okay, so one thing I want to get into here real quick is actually going to our AE2 room here and getting a quantum and quantum ring set up. This thing here. The quantum ring will allow for us to set up cross-dimension AE2 access. And that's kind of what I want to go for. I don't really care about using this for wireless transmission yet. I really want to be able to access the terminal throughout the entirety of our world. So, do we have any quantum singularities? I don't think we do. So what we need to do is get some ender pearl dust or an ender pearl and an explosion. So ender pearl, singularity, and then TNT, and then flint and steel. Do I have a flint and steel? I do. Perfect. Okay, so let's go up. Let's go outside here. Let's just go down here. This should work. So turn off our magnet. Oop. Light that up. Okay. Turn our magnet back on. We've got our quantum entangled singularities. So what we're going to use this for is associated with a quantum bridge card. The quantum bridge card is actually the upgrade you need, but we can't really do anything with this until we actually get the quantum ring assembled. So we need to go quickly set this to autocraft here. Let me stop flying for a second. So we're just going to go here. We're going to go quantum ring, autocraft. It looks like everything else can autocraft, which is fantastic. And then autocraft of that stuff. Throw this in here. Man, this thing has definitely got a lot of recipes in it. I'm loving how much we have not had to maintain that at all. It's just a lot of space for recipes. Okay, so we're going to get 4 and 4. And then in the guide here, it does tell you at the bottom how to set this all up. So you've got only the 4 ME quantum ring block adjacents to the ME quantum link chamber. So 4 and 4. The 4 corner blocks cannot connect to cables. So this, let's see. Oh, so no, we actually only needed 1 of those. So we need 8. Does that tell me anywhere? Hold on. Because I think I just missed it completely. I completely didn't look at this, is what I did. Okay. So let's get just 1 of those and 4 more of these. That's my bad. Okay, so we're missing Fluix dust, which I don't actually have auto-crafted. That's interesting. We have all 8 that we need now. So what I'm going to do is I think I want to move this. Let's move this to the side. That should work. And then we're just going to get a... Well, hold on. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Because one of the things with this is you need to have... You can't use the corner blocks, as that thing said. So let's go for 8 of these dense smart cables here. And what we'll do is we'll just plop this just like so. And then we're going to put the quantum entangled singularity. And of course, if we need to, we can put another one here. Just do some cable anchors and some shenanigans or whatever we need to do there. I don't think this actually connects to anything, this centerpiece. So we wouldn't need cable anchors or anything, which is fantastic. Okay, so the next portion, quantum entangled singularity. Cannot shift click it apparently, so we just got to click it in here, put this in there. And if we go back up top and go to the end, for example, we have access. Okay, so now we have a cross-dimension access to this. So if I was over here, of course, you know, spawning the Ender Dragon and I had a full inventory of Ender Pearls or whatever from angering an Enderman on accident, of course, I could just come over here, plop all that stuff in there and call it a day. Hey, Future Shut Door here. Real quick, just wanted to interject before we get too far into this episode because I kept making a very silly mistake of trying to make a final product with AE2 to make a pattern. That is not required any longer, and it hasn't been for years, but for some reason I keep constantly forgetting this, and quickly just wanted to mention this because all you need to do with JEI now is just click and drag the item, so you don't need to have the final product. So if you know that your process is going to end with a certain product, you basically could make it to where you say, hey, I need this 6x dirt. The process that I'm working on will result in this. I would then just need to put the ingredients in here and make sure I change the amounts to the proper things. And that would give you a proper pattern, right? So it's just something I completely spaced on. I just wanted to make that correction so you guys don't think I'm a complete buffoon. Sometimes I am, but in this case, I started using it like after I cut the camera and was making the rest of the system that we're about to make. So I knew it was there, just completely spaced. Just wanted to make that correction and make hopefully your guys' life easier if you didn't know that. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do this episode is configure 7 different compacting blocks. So I know previously what we did is we set up a whole bunch of recipes for these blocks here. So obsidian 4x, netherrack 4x, endstone 4x, dirt 4x, and emerald 4x. These things are terribly slow. Okay, I actually need to go ahead and try and make one of each here, because I'll need them for filtering and stuff. But basically, what I've done is I've been experimenting kind of the best options that we have available for doing something like this. And of course, we have compacting drawers, which require basically no time at all. The only limit you have is the ability to send from each drawer and also pull from each drawer. So what I've done is I've set this up with AE2 to allow for us to have a pattern terminal. Actually throw this back in here. And of course I could just use a normal pattern provider. I just use extended because that's where I basically use those all over the place anyway. But wireless connector, pattern provider, and then all that stuff sent into a barrel. That barrel is then pulled from by this pipe back here, pushed into the top one. And then of course once everything is sent using the modular router from this point to here, then it'll compact it enough once it has enough blocks. And of course, each recipe has to be specifically said, hey, I need 6,561 of X, you know, whatever type of material you're using, and that'll work. But we'll set this up here on camera. So we just got the endstone one, the emerald one, and the dirt one. So let's go one. Oh, so we need more netherrack. Where is all my netherrack? Hold on. I thought I've been making netherrack. Or is it just not making it that quickly? Yeah, it's actually kind of slow on the netherrack. Interesting. Interesting. How much netherrack do I currently have? Oh, I see the issue. Hold on. We're probably voiding every single bit that I've made. Where is that drawer? I thought I set these up to have more storage. Apparently I missed one. Apparently, because I think I upgraded the end stone, but I never upgraded the netherrack. That is on me. 100% on me. Man, we have 3 million obsidian. That mystical agriculture setup is just fantastic. But that should help us get more netherrack. It'll take us a little while. I mean, we've already got 2,000. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so we should be able to get that one here in a matter of seconds, but that'll be okay. We'll work with what we got here real fast. So, all the way down here. This place doesn't have a share point, by the way. That's why I keep going down the elevator. You know, hold on. Wouldn't it be easier? And it may not be easier, but I want to try something. So if we actually go for functional storage controller, right? Bear with me here. If we were to throw this down, so we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So right here, and we were to, for example, link the diamond drawer. So let's smack that, link that, and then link this. And I were to have, let's just get rid of this for a second so I can see what I'm doing. I can reset it up if I need to. So if I were to push the diamonds directly into this, I could just pull out using like a laser node or something instead of all these pipes. But my only concern is that if we do too much here, we may run into an issue. So let's just give it a shot. Let's go for the pattern, extended pattern provider. I should be able to just set this right here. Let's grab an ME flux cable for a second. And then we should just be able to throw diamond pattern in here. And see if that'll go. Okay, so that did go. And the next thing we could do is we could just do simply a pipe or a laser node, either or. Really depends on you, whatever your preference is at this point. And I were to say, let's actually cut that, because I know one of the problems if I do that, you can see that we actually did what I was trying to prevent. But these things get pulled out instead. The base one gets pulled out instead of the actual main one that we want. So we would just have to say, hey, ultimate pipe upgrade, only pull this. And then we could set this back. And I think that would work for all of these. We just need to make sure that we set this as filtering. But then that way, what we'll have instead is no barrels here. We would just have straight up this system behind it. And I'm too lazy to move this wireless pattern, or this wireless connection point thing, so that is staying. Okay, so what we'll need to do now is just make sure that we set up this, of course, because we still have this. Unless we wanted to set up pipes back here, but that would be impossible with where we just set that, but that's okay. So let's go from here. Oop, nope. We're going to have to break this down, aren't we? One more time. So from there, and then just grab endstone. Perfect. And then I'll get the sender and puller set up here real quick. So sender, puller, and we'll get all the augments and stuff. So pull from here, we're going to pull one of these guys. So pull whitelist. And we're going to send there. Okay? I think that's proper. And then, of course, we want to make sure that we lock these drawers. What? What did I do? There it is. I didn't know there was that many modes on this. Huh. There's like a progress bar? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, things you discover on accident, right? So, that should be golden. We do have one. How do we have one? Did I throw two in there? I don't think I did. I don't know what I did. It'll be alright. So that should be good, and we'll just clear this. And then we'll have to set the pattern up as well. So let's go /home. So we're going to go here. We're going to find our endstone pattern part here. And we're just going to clear all of these. Did I did 5x? Why did I do 5x? Do I need 5x? I do need 5x. Okay, so this makes some complications. Not really too many, but you can see here, and I missed this apparently. So obsidian needs 5x, endstone needs 5x, dirt needs 6x, and then this needs 3x. So what that means is we're actually going to have to go quickly add one more piece to this puzzle. So that would not be that complicated, because all we need to do is just grab a simple compacting drawer instead. And that simple compacting drawer, endstone, would just need to be put here, and that would give us 5x. Okay? Or yeah, 5x, right? I'm losing it again. So 5x for endstone and obsidian. So I can set these right next to each other. I think we could just do pipes in this case, because that wouldn't be like too much transit. Because most likely, what, we have to have 9 of these every so often. It wouldn't really make that big of a difference. Could keep it consistent, but I'm trying to make sure that we don't overload the modular router at the end of the day. And I think if we did, that would not be a good thing. It'd cause slowdown is basically what I'm thinking. I think. Let me try something real quick. Let me experiment real fast, and I'll be right back. Alright, so yeah, I was quickly just doing another think about how we'd want to do this. And we're just going to stick with pipes, because my thought process here is if you were to do this, basically what happens is if you were pulling here to here, and then you needed to pull here to here, and this has, like, of course, however many blocks that needed for this one, then you would have that, like, slow down piece. So we're going to have the independent system back here with the 4x stone, or 4x end stone, and then we also do want to try and get a 5x here. So let's see. So if we just get some end stone here, actually, we could just come back here. This is all linked besides that top drawer, right? There we go. And we just push in some endstone. Let me clear up my inventory real fast. So endstone. Is that nowhere close? You can see that this thing's actually slow too. So let's throw in some stack augments, some speed upgrades. Let me get this 5x crafted here, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I did get a 5x here. So it takes a little bit because I manually did it. There's definitely easier ways. I could probably just throw an export upgrade on here and just fill this drawer, but that's okay. So what we can do now is with the 5x is, where did the 5x just go? There it is. It's right here. Why is it so far down? That's because quantity. I'm sorting by quantity. That's why. Okay, so what we're going to have is we're going to have this here, in stone here, and then this is 59049. 59049. So 59049. That is how many blocks we need to create one single piece of 5x. All right? So what we'll do now is we could actually just go in our pattern terminal and see if we can find where the diamond one is. Right here, okay? And just push that in there. And then what we can do now is autocraft. And it may take a minute. Oh, actually, look how quick that was. That was speed. That's awesome. Okay. So that works. I just need to get the rest of these set up. There's not going to be any extra complicated bits with most of these. Ooh, what did we get? Oh, we got another nether site one. Don't really care about netherite site. Anyway, I'll get the obsidian, the netherrack. When it comes to the netherrack one, instead of using the simple compacting drawers that we're using at the top, we're going to be using just normal compacting drawers. So like this would get us to 5x. If we did a drawer like this, that would get us to 6x. So that's what we're going to do for the netherrack and dirt one. Alrighty, so real quick, I wanted to show you guys something that I just figured out, and I didn't know this beforehand, but if we were to craft an item inside of AE2, for example, if we were to look at gas tiers, and I wanted, let's say I had 4 different things that required gas tiers, and I knew the amount, and I didn't want to pull out a calculator, I can actually do math inside of AE2's crafting grid. Or pattern requesting whatever thing. And it can go pretty deep, it looks like. I mean, I think if you really had something that you needed to figure out and you didn't want to pull out a calculator, this is definitely an interesting way. So it does have its limits, but that's just really cool. I want to just point that out because I accidentally just figured that out by putting a asterisk in there, and it multiplied it. So that's actually really cool. Just wanted to make you guys aware of that. Alrighty, this has all been completed. There's actually a little bit, one more step that I need to do, which is actually get a full piece of netherite, netherrack, 6x here, and set that to filter. And I believe that's it. I think we've got everything else filtered here. So we've got diamonds, emeralds, endstone, obsidian, nether star, netherrack, and dirt. So I want to make sure. Hold on, let's see. So this is 7, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So this is done. This whole system is completed. And I wanted to show you the speed of this with just the dirt one here. So if we actually turn this on, you should see that this will pretty quickly get the job done. I don't know if it would have been faster to use pipes, because I think the modular routers might be the slowest portion of this, but it's done. Like, that's a matter of seconds, right? So previously, this took 30 minutes to about an hour to do any of this. I actually tried running it to do dirt, and it did not finish within an hour. So this is definitely an improvement. I think this is going to be what we use for the finalization, but also, of course, detaching this from our storage system is a good idea so we don't have all these like 6x, 1x, 5x, 4x, 3x, all of those different ones. So definitely fantastic. So that marks off the completion of those blocks. Let's actually go grab a nether star block. So this one right here, I think, isn't this the one we need? Oh, I need 15. Okay, so let's just shoot that off. 14 of these. And this should cruise. Maybe? Okay, so I think I figured this out here. Whoever made all the compressed, kind of... This is a weird decision, in my opinion. Because who in the world makes nether star blocks? This is total blocks. 729 total blocks. So it's not nether stars. It's blocks. So what we're going to need to do here is we're going to need to go in here and times this by 9. And that is how many nether stars per operation we'll need. That is a very, very weird distinction. I don't personally like that because it definitely throws things off. But I saw that it was like, oh, it's blocks whenever I was looking at the item tooltip. It'd be cool if they just added a secondary tooltip or something to say, hey, you need this many singular items. That would make more sense to me. I don't know. If you guys think I'm wrong, leave your opinion down below because I'd love to hear it because that's just a strange one in my opinion. I personally think that's a weird one because I've never really made Nether Star blocks in this mod pack, and so I don't have them like available. It's a strange thing, but anyway. So let's go 15. Actually, no. Do we need 15 or do we need 14? Hold on. I think I broke all of them down, didn't I? So let's go 15. Oh, we actually need more Nether Stars. So we don't have enough. I might have to look at getting Nether Star seeds, more of these Nether Star seeds, which require Nether Star cruxes, I believe, to be planted under them. I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think it needs Nether Star cruxes under them to actually be able to get Nether Stars. That might not be a bad option. It might be more effective than this option. So we'll have to look at that. But anyway, glad we cleared up that confusion. If we wanted to, of course, we could run, let's say, 2 of these real quick. And, of course, that already completed because that's the correct thing. Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up here. This episode may have been just a little bit everywhere, but I wanted to get this process done because I think this is going to be very helpful at the end of the day for the quest. I think it's the dimensional seeds, and I don't think these are required anywhere else. But we need them nevertheless, so we have all of them. Once we get all 15 Nether Star blocks, that'll be fantastic, but I'll have to work on getting some seeds and stuff. Who knows? I might do a live stream Sunday or something where we do process all that stuff. But it looks like we're getting really close to getting the dimensional seed that we need for one of the quest objectives. So that is fantastic. And actually, apparently, this doesn't require the Nether Star block. The Nether Star block, I think, goes to the middle portion, doesn't it? That actually isn't showing up here, but I think it's like one of the main components here. Yeah, you need 15 of these. Okay, so we're not worried about Nether Stars. We actually can get a dimensional seed here real quick, and that should complete this quest, and that is fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Looks like we got some unobtainium seeds, kind of worthless because we already have some. But yeah, we are definitely cruising here. I've kind of just been placing these pedestals and items in the top here. But yeah, anyway, we got the dimensional seed. We got a lot of compacting blocks, but now we just need to get the resources for the compacting block of the Nether Star. And I think we'll be cruising. And I think maybe next episode we'll look at all the mods alloys. We might look into that. Not 100% sure. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.